Hey everybody, it's Brittany. I have been feeling very inspired and creative these last 2 weeks. I have started bookbinding. I need another hobby, but you know what? It is what it is. And I can thank Danny from Danny Mystic for bringing on this newfound inspiration with this gem. So a few weeks ago on her members only channel, she shows how to make a notebook, and it's just with glue and paper. And yeah, I had so much fun creating this. And I want to say every few days she comes out with a little prompt to fill your journal, and I've been following along with that. Oh my gosh, look at this. I went to this outlet store, and Thursdays are 50 cents a day. They have everything in these main aisles, 50 cents. And I did a whole spread on stuff that I bought on 50-cent day. So I spent $3, and I got these cool bats. I got some really awesome paper. I think these were from, and this green here, they were both from not invitations or just envelopes. I think it was a welcome to your new home envelopes, note cards, mail. And then these were just some stickers. Yeah, this was just laying there on the floor, and I picked it up and I was like, can I have this? And she was like, yeah, it's trash. And I'm like, it is not trash. So yeah, I use it as a little pocket to put my toilet in. And look, I swear I did spend $3.39. It was so much fun. I love going on 50-cent day. I got some really cool cardstock. But yeah, so I thought I should make a little spread on some of the stuff that I bought. And then, yeah, this is just a little book charm I made, and I just, stuck it in here. It's not in very well, but I don't know, it's just pretty. Isn't it cool? So yep, this is just a junk journal that we are filling up together. And I've just been having so much fun with it. So because of that, I bought a whole bookbinding kit because I was like, this is incredible and I want to make my own notebooks because I do a lot of journaling. So what's the next step? It's creating your own books. This is the first one that I made with the bookbinding kit, and it's rough. She's been through it. I obviously did not measure. I did measure, but I measured incorrectly, and the cover is way too small, and she is coming apart at the seams in some places. She will not be coming out of here though, let me tell you. I sewed the shit out of that and glued the shit out of that. Let me see. But yes, definitely a lot to improve on, but it was my first one, and I loved it. Even made a little bookmark. There's a lot of steps. You wouldn't know this, but there are a lot of steps to bookbinding, and a lot of paper was used in the making of this. Obviously. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. The next one I made is, you can definitely tell that I've gotten better. So this is the second one, and I did do a way better job with measuring And yeah, I'm definitely improving. I think that I did such a great job though. I love this. I love it so much. It's so special and beautiful. I just cut a whole, I got this from 50 Cent Day. I cut a lot of pages. Some is watercolor pages, some is cardstock, some is a really nice paper. And some of this paper I got from 50 Cent Day, if you can believe it. Thursdays, man. Just a little pocket. But yeah, and then my bookmark. I just used, it's literally just ribbon and some beads. And I just thought it was so cute. And yeah, I'm loving the danglies lately. All that to say, I have had just so much inspiration and creativity, and I've been wanting to fill these journals with things. So I thought it would be really fun to pull out all of the decks that inspire me, help when I am in like a slump and I need to get some creative sparks and inspiration going. Now, I have a lot of decks that could fall in this category, but these are just the top 10 for me that, between the deck, the guidebook, the overall vibe, just is always hitting. And the first one, these are not in order by any means. This is just how I like pulled them and wrote them down. And so the first one that I want to talk about is the Wild Goddess Oracle. This deck, I feel like, is criminally underrated. It is such a fantastic collage deck. Amy Zerner and Monty Farber know what they are doing when they come together to create collage decks. They are so good. This deck not only has so much inspiration on the card, but you onto the back. These are all pretty much like archetypes. And so this is the Maya, and it's a little about it. Allow past mistakes to help you see through all illusions so you can understand and act upon what you know is real and what is false. And then you can just pull the guidebook. There's some spreads in here in the beginning that are fantastic. There's some meditations. And then each page, or should I say each card, has full-blown 2 pages. And there's always just a little ritual that you can do. Sometimes they're journal prompts. Sometimes they're like these little mantras you can tell yourself. Some are just like how to create, a protective barrier. Just like a whole bunch of different really cool things to do to pull the card and just get into the mindset and do a ritual. And it's so fantastic. So, for example, the Maya, it is an enchantment for clear vision. To invoke clarity of vision, light a black candle in your bathroom sink or bathtub or in a fireplace at midnight. We do not recommend doing this exercise anywhere else. Also, to be sure to have a fireproof vessel, such as a kitchen pot, nearby. Ooh, see page 21 for candle safety. Nice. Carefully carve a phrase, word, or sign into the soft wax. This is symbolic of your will impressed upon reality. Cut out a paper full moon, scent it with your favorite perfume, and write the incantation upon it. Life is the great mystery, never what it seems to be. Light to dark, dark to light. Bring a message to me tonight. Burn this message in the sink, bathtub, or fireproof vessel without saying a word and blow out the candle. Sleep and dream. Upon waking, reflect upon your feelings, which will shed light on your goals. Take the ashes from the vessel outside to release them into the sunlight. Realize that you have just released a block to your subconscious. Nice, right? This deck also goes really well with other decks if you want to pair them. I personally love pairing this deck with the Cave of Sybil. I get these wonderful messages, and there's such a duality with those two that I just feel like they like level each other out. While this is not like purely happy vibes and light and sunshine all the time, however, there is a lot more positivity with this than the Cave of Sybil, so I feel like they just balance each other out beautifully. And I've always gotten really wonderful readings, because when I first started using Cave of Sybil, I was feeling really, not that I felt dark or down per se. This has just been, a tough year for me. However, I do get this sort of not negativity, but just a all-out feeling like it needs something. It needs a little bit of sweetness to kind of cut that edge for me. And I think this deck pairs wonderfully with it. I mean, it can just be by itself. But when you want to feel creative, this deck is always a hit for me. And right now on Barnes & Noble, it is only $15 from the day that I am filming this, because I checked. I try to buy from Barnes & Noble or a local bookstore when I can for books and tarot. Sometimes you can't help it. You got to go to Amazon. I try to help it, but it doesn't stop me from ordering from Amazon all the time. I'm just trying to be more mindful and protect the bookstores, protect the bookstores. All right, next up, another criminally underrated deck. And that is the Creative Consciousness Healing. This is also another oracle. Now, I think I have, it's an even 5 tarot and 5 oracle. I just so happen to be pulling another oracle. But this is also really great creative deck, as it says. One, it is just so beautiful. Two, the guidebook is fantastic. Oh, protecting little you. I've always gotten wonderful readings with it. I have also been able to, while the artwork is really beautiful, it's also really simple. And I have made beautiful spreads, just like pulling out different aspects of the card, and they just flow and go really well together. So, okay, it is a little thick. She'd be chunky. She is also on Barnes & Noble for $24.99. So we have Clarity. Oh, isn't this gorgeous? Seeing and feeling the truth. So then we can head over to the book. There's such wonderful info in here. There we go. So we got some key concepts and creative visualization and a journal prompt. Now, it's not always the same kinds of visualizations. Sometimes I know there's been like a ritual or two in here, because I remember doing them. but so for like the journal prompt, if you're feeling muddled by a situation, try journaling with the part of yourself that is calm and grounded. Where do you feel that feeling of calm, grounding in your body? Can you ask that calm part, what do I need to know about the situation right now? I also like to read the visualization. Close your eyes and imagine an issue where you would like to find more clarity. Imagine that issue flowing into a small planet that you can hold in your hands. Feel the warm glow of the plant between your palms. The planet between your palms. Watch as it grows more brilliant as you pour your issue into it. Ask clearly for clarity from this planet. Try saying, please reveal to me the truth of the situation for the highest good of me and all involved. Watch something sprout from the planet, twist and grow like a beanstalk to meet you. When the plant reaches you, it blooms into a flower. Ask the flower to reveal any insight, wisdom, direction, or guidance to you. It may show you in words, images, feelings, or memories. Allow whatever comes up to come up. A little corny, yes, but it's definitely getting you into that creative mindset, for sure. Okay. Next up will be a tarot. We'll do the Cosmic Coven Tarot. This is such a fantastic deck. And like the last two, it is mass market. We are all part of one Cosmic Coven. And I was not able to find this on Barnes & Noble. Shoot. But on Amazon, did I just do that to my card? No, I think that happened another time, if I can remember right. Anyway. On Amazon, this goes for $19.50. It's so pretty and colorful and has all of the like beautiful rainbowy creative vibes for me. And again, the guidebook has some really amazing journal prompts. Even the minor arcana, major. So yeah, let's pull one and I'll read from it as I do. Okay, Eight of Pentacles. There we go. So the journal prompt for the Eight of Pentacles is, when you think about your goal, is there anything you feel like you need to spend more time researching and mastering to make it as successful as possible? Where can you go to get the information that you need? I love to just pull from the colors and from, again, the easy, flowy art style. To get creative in my journal. And that is the Cosmic Coven Tarot. So pretty. Another tarot that helps with my creativity is the Tarot of Mystical Moments. This deck, I know these are all you have a bunch of different emperors and kings that you can pick from, which I enjoy when a deck does that, because you can personalize it a little bit. Does it have? No, it does not. I didn't think it did have like journal prompts or anything. But the book is not really why I use this deck when I'm feeling creative or when I need to get some creativity. It's the artwork, the strange, beautiful visuals that really just bring out a lot of thinking and intuition. Oh man, this deck. They did just come out with a newer, smaller mini version, and I think the cardstock's different because this is like a glossy cardstock, but I don't mind glossy cardstock. I think that if I wanted to change anything, it would be the gilding, which I know that some people, you know, trim it off. I'm too afraid to do that. Yeah, super beautiful, super creative. It is a fantastic deck for when you want to get into that creative side. And this deck retails for $25.95. I totally lost my train of thought there. I mean, look at that. It is crumbling. It is falling apart around you, and you don't want to see it. You want to pretend that it's not happening. You want to hold on because you remember all the good times. You are always seeing what used to be, and you're not seeing what is happening right in front of you. This just, it feels, this card feels how raising a child feels like, because they are growing up, they are shedding that skin, they're always changing, and you just are trying to hold on to when they were little, when, you know, they needed you, and they don't need you anymore. They are sprouting out, and it is time for them to rebuild and to create their own foundation, you know, and you just are holding on for dear life because you're not ready for that change. Such an amazing deck. And that is Tarot of Mystical Moments. Up next, let's do the Sacred Hag Oracle. This Oracle deck, I worked with it for a full month, and I was like writing down things for, yeah, when I was working with it. And yeah, as you can see, I really got deep into this. For some reason, I was reading this earlier, and I do not remember what I was talking about when I said, I know flowery writing, because this Danielle Dalsky is very, very flowery. But I put here, not a fan of fat cheeks reference. I understand that it means a child, but it is annoying. Obviously, that reference annoyed me so much that I had to put it on a post-it note. I don't remember it, though. I don't remember, but it annoyed me enough that I wrote it down. So, oh yeah, look, an opening ritual and sigil scrying, and then each card has a grandmother speaks, and then there's always a morning ritual and a nightly ritual. You don't have to do both. You don't have to do any either of them, really. But yeah, I really like this deck. The writing has, obviously, I have feels about, but the overall message that I would get and the vibes that I was pulling, it really worked. And it definitely will get you into a creative mindset with all these amazing rituals, and even the flowery writing. It's very beautiful and poetic. I think that it had a lot of references, and I'm like, okay, I'm over it. But let's pull a card and I will read a little bit from the book. I love doing that. The Bard's Collection. I think maybe at the end of this, we will do a creative journaling page together. What do y'all think? I want to do that. I'm already feeling inspired just from all these flip throughs that I want to get out my journal. Gathering. Grandmother Speaks. I'm not going to read all of this, but I'll just go through the morning ritual and the moonlight. Take a breath. Know that there is some gift coming to you that demands room in your life. Do not name this gift for now. Move throughout your house and find 3 small objects you are willing to part with as a symbolic sacrifice, a purge before the boon. Ideally, do not just leave these in the trash can in your house, but rather let them exit your space. Gift them, donate them, or sustainably release them. Let them go. Feel the space created not only in your home, but also in your psyche. What is that? If it doesn't spark joy, let it go. Remember when that was all the rage? Moonlight ritual. At day's end, take to your journal and write the story of a diligent gatherer. You may use these prompts I offer here to create your own. Once there was a diligent gatherer who understand the meaning of the day after day, they, she, he would. Night by moonlight night, they, he, she took to bed knowing. Yeah, so that one is a lot. I don't know if I would have even done that. I'm more of trying to do a morning ritual than a night ritual anyway, because I don't like getting up in the mornings, and this helps me just kind of, I don't even know if it's really looking forward to, but just helps me just get out of bed. Yeah, this is the Sacred Hags Oracle. The next one, and this one is not a mass market deck and is the most expensive deck in this whole video. This is the Magick and Mediums Oracle. I got this from Kickstarter years and years and years ago. I think back in like 2020, 2021. I'm pretty sure. When was the release date of this? Does it say? It might not say. That's okay. Yeah, so I have talked about this in my channel many times. It can be found on the artist's website for $54.99. And yeah, that is a lot for a 44 card deck. However, the readings that I've had with this deck, the overall messages, and every time I've worked with it, the knowledge that I feel like I've gained from this deck makes it totally worth it. You're not just paying for 44 cards, you are paying for knowledge and enrichment that comes with it and the guidebook. So I know there are a few spreads, and then there's a ritual for each card. Oh, look, portal. Okay, so one, they always give you just like a little thing about like what's going on in the card, which I always appreciate when decks do that. And there's a whole bunch of information, and like this portal traveled through time and space. This is a little like ritual, and then here are some more things. Okay, so the little ritual is: you will need an object or representation of an object that has existed or will exist at the time and in the space that you would like to venture to. Visiting a museum, library, antique shop, or historical site is a great place to begin, as you may encounter relics and photographs containing an energy that will connect you to ancient times and distant lands. Once you have determined which item will serve you as a portal, you can gaze into it or touch it directly. You can touch the item. This is known as psychometry, or clairtangency, and it will enable you to garner memories and information surrounding an object. See, like I learned so much when I use this deck. When utilizing this sense, it is easiest to allow the palm of your left hand to make contact with the item, as the left hand is where you receive energy. By focusing on the item in a meditative state, your consciousness may be pulled into the scene or where the item originated or once was, or you may begin to feel the energies of this item itself via other clairsenses. This is known as pathworking. To some, it enables a viewer to delve into the scene and communicate with the beings that are depicted and contained within the piece. Many cultures, including Egyptian and Chinese, believe that items are imbued with the spirit of its creator and of whatever it depicts. Once you are done exploring with the use of these items, remove your consciousness and self from the piece by saying goodbye to its energies and imagining any cords connecting you to that time and place as being severed. Failing to do this may result in receiving unsolicited messages from that era during your dreams or any other time. So then we got keywords, blocked position, divination, position. I always love when we get this. So, and reverse position. Yep, I love this deck. Everything about it. The beautiful colors, the muted tones, the energy, the message. It's so good. Oh, I mean, and that is Magick and Medium's Oracle by Aniel Reed and illustrated by Ash Colored. Up next is a all-time favorite. I feel like this deck I pull out for just about every time I do any kind of top 10. Because you know what? It's always a winner. I use the absolute freaking shit out of this deck. I did try to edge this deck and I did a shit job, obviously. I tried to edge it in like 3 different colors and I did not like any of them. And now I'm just stuck with this weird. This is the one that I was saying is a tarot and oracle. It is both. You can use it for either one. It does follow the Thoth. What grows in the shade. And no, this one does not come with a guidebook, but it doesn't need it. Not only do you get wonderful intuitive hits, but it also has little saying at the top. And it's all really about growth and growing and expanding. Stop resisting. Ugh. Find that fire inside you. I have done so many amazing spreads with this deck, and I always try to pull like either the flowers or the colors and put them on my journaling page. So fantastic. I am going quick with this one because I've shown it so many times and I have raved about it so many times. Oh, look at that. Look at those wings. And that Knight of Cups. Always fantasizing. Head in the clouds. Being ruled by your emotions. Don't just wish it. Yeah, so good. And this deck on the creator's website, I do think that shipping was kind of pricey though. And I'm pretty sure if you're based in the US, you can get this for $50 from a Riffle in Time, who is US based, so you won't be paying as much for shipping. But if you go to the creator's website, this is $42. And I did buy it from the creator. That's why I just remember the taxes and shipping were a little pricey, and that was a few years ago. So as you can tell, it is super freaking beat up. I love this deck. I never get like a backup copy for anything, but I'm tempted to get it for that deck. Okay, so the Nova Witch Tarot. When I first got this deck and did like a flip through, I did kind of give it shit. I mean, I gave this deck a bit of shit, but you know what? I use the hell out of it. I pull it all the time, and it has been excellent deck for journaling. And yeah, I either go for all these like super vibrant colors or super muted. There's like no in between for me. This is a mass market deck, and on Barnes & Noble, it goes for $31.95. I'm trying to be better with like pricing and things like that because, you know, we don't want to be broke bitches trying to be creative. So I just want you to know before you seek the decks out. This artist has a oracle deck as well that I really love. It's called like the Soul Mirror. And yeah, when I first got that, I'm trying to remember. I don't remember, but I did a video on it, and I don't feel like I gave this deck justice, especially since I used the shit out of it. And that is the Ace of Swords. How freaking gorgeous. Cutting through that fog. Let's see. is the Cups, World, and Wands. Here we go, Swords. So we got clarity, certainty, freshness. The aces represent beginnings. A blooming vine climbs the sword, symbolizing the life-giving nature of truth and doing the right thing. The clouds relate a fuzzy thinking, and in the tarot, a sword pointing upward straight and true counters cloudiness with clarity and an appetite for knowledge. In a reading, when you see the Ace of Swords, get ready. Your mind is about to adventure somewhere new and exciting. Learn more about a topic that inspires you by asking lots of questions. The answers will reward your curiosity and intellect. As you are learning something new, such as how to play an instrument or speak a new language, it helps to begin with the essentials. Cut away distractions, choose one thing to focus on at a time. Your confident decision making will help your knowledge grow. Yeah, so it's such a good deck for journaling for me. I've been pulling it more and more lately. I bet it goes really well with the Wild Goddess Oracle. Maybe I'll do that later. Oh my gosh. That did not sound good. They are a bit big and clunky, but it's very, has a nice mat to it. And it's a blue angel. Okay. I think there's only 2 left. Okay. The next up will be, and this is also a independent deck. It is called Spark and Pen. I absolutely adore this deck, and it is colorful, vibrant. The guidebook is lacking big time, but it really doesn't need it. Ooh, do I have it upside down? I do. Ugh, me. Yeah, okay. It's very simple, but powerful. It has one of my favorite cards and my absolute least favorite card. This card. Oh, I hate it. I hate it so much. Oh, it hurts. I don't like it. They do also come with some cards that don't have anything on them, and I've been trying really hard to make another one, which I suck at. Like, I started this one and I was trying to get that like 10 of Swords, you know, like I had a little poison bottle, because there's like a saying I always say that to my daughter, that like when she holds on to all that negativity and anger, that she's only just poisoning herself. Yeah, no, it didn't work. So then I started again, and I'm like, I don't like the sword. I'm too hard on myself, and I haven't done anything else with it. But I'm trying to do my own 10 of Swords, because if it wasn't, I would use this deck way more than just like for creativity if it wasn't for this card. I hate it so much. It makes me so sad. And my dog Daisy, she's getting really old. She's 16, and I know that like we're at the end of her life, and I'm not okay. I'm not okay. So that just, it's a little too personal. But it's still such a beautiful deck. And the colors are gorgeous. They're so, oh, man, they're all upside down. Why do I keep doing this to myself? I'm gonna fix this. Okay, fixed. And another reason why I pulled this is because I do love the way it works with the Creative Consciousness Oracle deck. Between the colors and just the overall, I guess this is all about vibes, right? The overall vibes, the two just work really well together. Okay, the last deck that I pulled for when I'm wanting to get those creative juices flowing is the Magickal Guidance Oracle. This is by the Astral Lady, and it is on Make Playing cards. This is the one that has the backs with text Lilith version. There's a bunch of different versions. And so yeah, that's the one I have. It goes for $31.45. And this is all USD, I guess I should say. When you are feeling stuck, or when you feel like you want to get out some energy and you want to create your own ritual, this deck is fantastic for that. What I usually do is I will pull 3 or 4 cards. So let's try it out. I've done this before on here, but I'll pull 2 and then I'll just pull a few cards, and I will create a ritual out of what I pull. So we have Fractal Key Gateway, Portal Open, Sacred Geometry, Grid, Sun Magic, Solar Magic, Position, Experiment, Practice, Exercise, Explore, Prepare, and the last card. Also, these are all photographs that the Astral Lady took herself. I think there's even like drops of her own blood in here somewhere. Essential oils. So what we can do, I would probably do some kind of sun magic with this, and then I would pull some essential oils that kind of relate to that sun energy for me. Definitely I would go like citrus, lemons, things that I think of, you know, in the summer. And so yeah, we will do some sun magic. I would definitely pull maybe like the portal wording and the key wording. I would create a sigil with that. I would use the essential oils to anoint the page that I make with the sigil, and then with sun magic I would, you know, light it on fire, get that fiery sun. And I'd probably do this outside. You know, I would just, like I said, I would build a ritual around this. And yeah, it works out really well a lot of the times. There's all kinds of things you can pull for this. Tech magic, that's interesting. I work in tech, so. But yeah, body, dance, move, you know, and then with like the exercise, you can definitely do something with that, right? Chalk, charcoal. You can like write the sigil with those things, or use it, put the essential oils on charcoal, and almost like making your own incense and we can light it up. But yeah, it's definitely, it seems like super simple, but it always packs a punch for me. And look for those signs. Listen. It works really well. So yeah, those are all the creative decks that I have had some wonderful creative readings and beautiful journal spreads with. So now let us, I want to make a journal. I want to show y'all. Let's do it. I say I do these things, but let's actually create one together and see what happens. Okay, let me think about what I want to pick, like deck wise and journal wise, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I got out my journal that I use a lot. I did not want to use my new journals right now because one of them, the one I did the best with, I want to gift this to my grandmother. And for the first one, I have plans for it to be something more specific. So I got out my trusty, okay, journal that I've been using the most lately. I also decided that I got this book, Tarot of Creativity. I have not used it as much as I wanted to. It's more of a recent buy for me. And yeah, I wanted to use it, and I decided to go with Tarot of Mystical Moments. I might also pull a Wild Goddess Oracle as well. We'll see. We'll see. If I get that Tower card, burning this place to the ground. I joke. So I'm just going to pull one card and flip to that card in the Tarot for Creativity deck, book, and see what we gonna do. It might not even be journaling. We'll see. Oh, you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? What? Oh my god. Okay. I got the Three of Pentacles on the bottom. Like, seriously? Okay, sorry. Mini meltdown, but like, why? Did I not shuffle you well enough? What did I do to deserve this? Okay. As always, I love reading the guidebook. I already told y'all what I think of the card, like what it brings out for me. On this card, we see a woman grasping a tower, attempting to prevent it from collapsing. But the tower, which is situated on a volcano, is already becoming to explode, and there's nothing that can stop the destruction. A big crack is splitting the building, and rocks and dark ash fill the air. The woman's hair has turned into smoke, so she is unable to extricate herself from this traumatic event. Yet the tower may represent falsehoods and deceptions that need to be destroyed. And I wanted something nicer to pull the Three of Pentacles. And it shows two parrots helping a young girl build a flower out of bricks. It's like what I said with, instead of resisting the change, I should embrace it and start helping my daughter build that foundation. All three figures work as a team, helping each other succeed with the collaborative project. Each has something useful to contribute because they respect each other and value the other's opinion and knowledge. Together, they will succeed. All right. Let's pull the tarot creativity and see what we can do. I'm still going to journal about this because I have a lot of thoughts. Oh no. Where am I at, Beth? Keep it going. Keep it going. Here we go. All right. Embrace the worst case scenario. And then it just gives you a lot of, I feel like I did a lot of reading today, but here we go. The Tower spread and creative prompts. This is what I want. I want this. Write a letter to your past self at a time when you were experiencing a worst case scenario. Give that grieving version of you the gift of understanding and the promise of what you have been able to rebuild. Or write a story, break something, or journal. Okay. Journal about the ways you've seen people rebuild and create their way out of their worst moments. This might be people you know, public figures you admire, or beloved characters in books and films. I think what I'm going to do, I like the write a letter. And from what I've already felt from this, I think I'm going to write a letter to my daughter. And that is what I'm going to do here. I will write a letter to my daughter. And 3 of Pentacles. And the Wands. Pentacles are always last. It's just known. Okay. All about the 3. Here's the spread. Creative prompts. No. I'm not going to invite friends to make a version of this card. No, thank you. Write a short script inspired by this card and cast friends and family in the roles. That sounds kind of cool. Design bespoke tarot cards to represent people whom you consider to be part of your team. That's interesting. Okay, I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to create my own 3 of Pentacles. So on this side, I will do the write a letter to my daughter. And then on this side, I will create my own tarot card for the 3 of Pentacles. All right, let me clean up some of this and get going. Okay, right now I am just going through, I got an envelope and I'm just going through all of my pages and papers and grabbing a few things for the letter. I didn't want to like do all this in real time because sometimes it takes me a bit. So that is what I'm doing right now. Okay, I pulled a bunch of different things and I did find some smaller envelopes, but I actually like doing this like huge one and then decorating it. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Probably will write on the backs of one of these as the letter. We'll see. But first I'm just gonna, let's glue this down and start decorating.
Idea. This kind of sticking out like that, so that'd be kind of neat. What do you think? I don't know. Okay. I want also, I know my daughter really loves this washi tape. She's always taking it from me, so I thought it would be cool to decorate the flat. So. continue decorating. I'm going to use some of these. This. Why not?
Okay, I'm back. I wrote my letter. I mean, it's kind of personal. And then I also made a little bookmark out of the other piece with a song that I sing to her nightly. You know, as like just a little, I don't know, a little keepsake and a little sweet. So I will stick them in here. Maybe one day I'll give these to her. Probably, definitely, especially this. She'll love that. And let's seal it up with a sticker and call it done. I really love the way this came out. She still sometimes lets me sing to her. Not all the time, but sometimes. And let's close it with a butterfly, because it just feels right. And that is my letter for the Tower card. And now let's do the Three of Pentacles. I will probably, okay, this video is getting really long, so I'm just going to pause it, do it, and then I'll show you. Because, oh my gosh, this is already going for like an hour.
Maybe I'll just speed it up.
Okay, I am done. I have the little like cathedral in the background. I have the 3 pentacles as they are beautiful flowers helping each other grow. And I have a little note here, teamwork makes the dream work. So, yep. And yep, this is 2. Y'all got 2 out of me. Journal spreads that I use tarot for. So I hope that this was beneficial. I know probably not many of you stuck around. See, I could use this for something else. I'm gonna keep it. Like I would use it for the bottom of something, or trying not to. I would like use it like that, or even at the top. I don't know. I keep all the scraps. Should I do that? Probably not, but I do. So, okay. Anyway, I am going to go. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. So, bye.